like the silhouette of like a woman like this.
Yeah.
Or with like the silhouette of like the
Yeah.
body type. It's like, what if porn like stops getting made? This might be all I have is this silhouette of
What
this
if the internet
woman's
goes down?
body. And
All I have
that's
is-
all I have.
I have no imagination and I cannot draw.
And I can't draw. And what I'm supposed to find
think
a
it's a
regular human attractive? I need this like process.
No, I need a cartoon character.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Welcome to Checker Podski. Sorry, we just got into it.
Welcome to Checker Podski.
Welcome.
Here we are.
Here we are.
With Jasper.
With Jasper. Jasper the
AKA
dog.
A.K.A. Uncle J.
Unky J.
Unky J.
A.K.A. Jasputin. A.K.A. Baby J.
A.K.A. Monkey's uncle.
Monkey's uncle.
Stanley's nickname is Monkey.
Yep. This is a monkey uncle right here. Jasper.
In the flesh.
Now, his family's a little worried about having him on the podcast because
Why?
Jasper's got some really bad beliefs.
Like what?
He's very anti-vax. Hates vaccines.
Oh, yeah, because dogs hate getting shots.
Yeah, you go take him in, they give him a muzzle. He says, I don't want to be vaxxed up.
Yep. Anti-vaxxer.
Anti-vaxxer.
He's also an anti-cop.
Very anti-cop.
Like, I don't know what happened to him in a past life, but
I don't know what it
famously
is.
does not like cops.
Does not like cops for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. He's barked at their cars before, even if they're not on. I'm like, how do you know it's a cop?
It's complicated.
Cop showed up at the dog park once, and I was like, oh yeah, we have to everyone put their dogs on a leash. He lost his mind on this guy, and I was like, he's not even doing anything to you.
Jasper did?
Yeah. When the cops came to the door that one time, he also lost it.
Wow.
He just, I don't know, there's something about cops that he doesn't like. I think there's something like some kind of authority thing. They have shown too that like in like protests or whatever, like there have been dogs.
Protest dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Jasper
love
would be a
protest dogs.
protest dog.
He would be a big protest dog.
Yeah.
You give him food and you let him attack other things for no reason. You just tell him, oh, these guys, they're
authority.
They're AC. They want to, they're cops. He hates them. I don't know what it is. ACAB, Jasper.
He is.
Yeah, we're worried about that. Yeah, you got some crazy beliefs, and you're also probably eating poop. That's probably part of it too.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
He's a complicated guy,
He's a complicated guy. That's
Can't
why
put Jasper in a
can't
box.
put Jasper in a box. It's crazy hot.
Yeah,
It's disgusting outside. Corn sweat,
Oh yeah, corn sweat. Yeah, there's.
which you don't think is a real thing.
I think it's just like the things like during the pandemic when they're like, there are these bees that are going to kill you, and they're like different, and then what happened to those bees, right?
Yeah, where are those bees
I just
now?
feel like it's
where
like,
are the bees now in
it's
jail?
like a rebranding of like climate change every year. Like,
I see.
I never heard of corn sweat until this year.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
That's
I'm just saying.
interesting. I've never heard of it either.
So every year it's going to be a different thing because it's going to be like a changing target. I don't know. It just seems
Or we
weird.
jumped timelines
Yeah, it's a sign
into
of
the
that
corn
probably, too.
sweat timeline,
Yeah.
like the hand dip thing.
The hand dip. Oh, yeah. The hand dip thing.
We found out that like there's soft serve, and then I guess like what I call ice cream in a tub is called hand dipped.
Yeah,
That there's a name for it. I'd call it regular ice cream.
I just call it ice cream. And then I'd be like, well, is it soft serve? And then I would need clarification if I'm trying to get soft serve, like
because now you're confusing
like a blizzard
me.
or something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Now you're just throwing things. But yeah, we've switched timelines for sure. If we're in a hand dipped corn sweat,
This is a hand dipped
there's
corn
a hand
sweat.
dipped
That's
corn
the name of the
sweat
episode.
kind of timeline that we're in. You know how it is, Jasper.
That's a hand dipped. It doesn't even make sense. If it was hand scooped, that would make sense.
That'd make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what dipped means.
They're not dipping
Maybe I
in
should have looked
anything.
into it. They're not dipping in anything. Doesn't make any
I don't
sense.
want to look into it. It
I
just
don't-
annoys me too much.
It annoys me too. But everyone's like, once you see it, you're going to see it all the time now. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been to Traverse. I mean, we've been up north where there's like little ice cream shops everywhere. I've never seen hand dip in
There's
my life.
so I listened to, here's a shout out to another podcast, Otherworld, and that one has to do with paranormal or just any sort of unusual circumstance that people can't quite explain. That doesn't mean that it's paranormal necessarily. It could be something that how brains work or something, right? That we just don't know anything about yet. But there's one that that I just listened to that kind of references a thing that happened to another person on an episode where the guy basically dies in an episode, and then he's like on an ATV or four-wheeler or something, and then it crashes. He hits his head, but then he wakes up and he's sort of like just suddenly like it's like 2 hours earlier in the day, and he's just fine or something. And I'm paraphrasing what happens, of course. And they had another one like that. And I was like, it could be something about how the memories are stored or something. But like,
Wait, so did it happen?
Well, there's no way of knowing, right? Like they have a memory of this thing happening, and the visceral thing of like your head hitting, which is different than a dream, right?
Okay.
And you're out and about. Like right now, if for some reason a knife cut your head off, or like a sword just cut your head off, I don't know where the sword came from. Let's just say I swiped you with a sword right now. You would have, and then suddenly we were still setting up for the podcast. That would be like a equivalent to that. And then you would be like, but I remember feeling the sword. I remember, you know, that. But it's in waking life. It's not like a dream or something. I don't know. So it's, but that makes me think of the corn sweat thing of like, maybe some people have these like death experiences, but on a smaller scale, we have this thing like the weird thing that happens to me is like, there's a new word like hand dipped. And like, that's our way of remembering a different universe.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is my very long way of being like, isn't it funny how ours isn't dying and extreme, but it's this silly like
corn sweat
wordplay that annoys us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like
that's what it would be for us.
We have a very Larry David response, and it's like,
yeah,
it's not enough to report on it or even talk about. Well, it's something.
But it's something, guys. It's not an ATV
the Berenstain Bears thing.
Yeah. Like something's changed or whatever, and I don't know. We're definitely like the worst.
I know other people like they're just like, yeah, it changed, whatever. They move on. It's just like I think when you're like stuck on it, you're just like, yeah. But I know.
But I remember.
It also made me think of like, let's say, and this is like, we're not very much a conspiracy podcast at all, but like it makes me think of like a Westworld where like I'm like, well, what if in Westworld those robots started collecting data? Like the one woman has, I don't know if you remember, but the woman like does like illustrations of like, she kind of has memories of being taken back to like the lab or something like that. So she has drawings of like the people in the suits or something like that. But I'm like, if they started in a hypothetical world, if Westworld starts like, what if there was people meeting in Westworld, the robots meeting to be like, you had this experience too. That would be the same thing as this paranormal podcast. I think I would just let them have their little weird paranormal podcast. I'd be like, that's fine. Like, let them. Yeah. If you take it away, that's going to be.
That seems even weirder.
Yeah. So let them have their. I don't know. I don't know.
You're right. It's weird. So that's no, it's weird. It's like, I had like a dream.
Like, if you notice that something's set up as a Matrix scenario, then you're like, well.
Right.
Just let them think it's a Matrix scenario because it doesn't do any harm, really. No. And no one's going to really, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Most of the time they don't like give it any any real, you know?
I mean, there's nothing like, I wrote into the podcast because they're like, oh, did anyone have any experiences with like Michigan Dog Man or something like that? And I was like, yeah, my brother and I saw this like werewolf creature thing, but it's just such a like, we saw a thing, we don't know what it was. It looked like a wolf thing. Yeah. And large.
But it could have just been,
It could have been like a sick deer. I don't know. And that's also writing it off too. It's like it's something you can't identify, then you might write off, or you might re-see it differently because you can't categorize it, right? So like the brain will, I don't know. But it's just like, so that, let's just say it is a werewolf. Okay, I have to keep living my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still got to go to work.
Got to go to work.
Still got to go work. Oh, there's vampires? Well, gotta go to work, God.
Gotta still go to work.
Capitalism makes everything flattened and less interesting.
Which also, I saw something today that I want to say it's the comedian poet that Alok had something where they're like, I used to be motivated by like kind of shame based things, like or like productive kind of things, like I need to be doing more, which is very capitalist and white supremacy, blah blah blah. But they're like, oh, now the things that drive me are like beauty, and I was like, what are the things that drive me? Because I've been having like a lot of apathy this week, and I'm like, I was thinking maybe if I could figure that out. But I also think if you're stuck in capitalism, it's hard to, you really need to slow down in order to figure out what that is. And you kind of maybe need to even get uncomfortable a bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You haven't slowed down enough to like be in tune with like what the problem is.
Or what would even motivate you that isn't a fear-based motivation. Right. Like, or scarcity-based motivation. Like for you, I'm going on a limb, but like, oh, I'm not getting, if I don't do this, I won't get shows. If I don't do that, I won't get And it's like, if I don't XYZ, then I won't have any money in the bank, whatever it is. Versus, so that's the thing motivating you is fear or scarcity. Yeah. Versus you really have to slow down, and like I think it takes a lot of time to like understand and connect with something that's like, oh, like just for the sake of beauty that motivates me, or just for the sake of being silly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, you're right. Yeah.
Or out of I don't know what it would be called. Like, not honor's not the right word. I feel like committed to the podcast because of you or something. Obligation, that would be the word.
Yeah.
Like obligation. And not saying that obligation's a bad thing, but it's still like not
motivation.
That maybe obligations maybe starts to at least go into the community aspect.
Yeah.
And so community is important. So that's maybe a more positive motivator, I think, versus just like fear of like
people gotta live.
Yeah,
you gotta live.
I don't know. Just
There's
slowing
no way.
down. I think
Slow down. That's why Jasper always takes it slow.
Not funny.
That's true.
But it's a thing.
But it's true. And Jasper, that's how he likes it. No, that's true. I just feel like, it's hard to get motivated. I feel like I had so much time with like being like shame motivated. Like I was like, because people would be like, well, no, you can get me motivated by other things. I'm like, not really.
By other things?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like once you heal that stuff and realize that shame isn't good because the shame spiral,
Yeah.
then
you get a lot of stuff
your
done.
Motivation is like, you get a lot of stuff done and then you end up being pretty cruel to yourself at the same time.
Yeah, but I got a lot of stuff done. Yeah, when I was doing a lot of stuff. And then I stopped it, and then I just kind of fucking coasts.
Right, so then what would motivate you then? And then it's like, okay, well, now I don't use those like broken things to motivate myself, so now what motivates myself, right? Why do anything?
Yeah, why do anything? Shoot. Jasper knows it. Jasper says, I don't think so.
And then the capitalists that are, obviously watching the show are just like, that's why they need the whip. That's why they need it. They need that fear ingrained in them.
Right.
Otherwise, they won't work because they're unmotivated and lazy.
That's right.
Damn it, they knew it.
Damn it, they knew it, Jasper. No, I think most people do want to do some kind of work. Like, it's not like people want to just be like, whatever. But it's almost like how many days or whatever. We're talking about the heat or whatever. Mm-hmm. And our baby sister did like a 10K yesterday or this morning. And I told her, I was like, hey, like you have asthma, I have asthma, breathing stuff. It's going to be hard to breathe when it's humid. And she was like, oh my God, it was like such a nightmare. I had like, it was like, really hard to breathe and stuff. And this was, first of all, she's never done, I don't know if she's ran that far before, but it was her first 10K. Mm-hmm. First 10K. It's humid as hell. It's crazy. It's hilly. She's like, I already woke up in like a bad mood.
Yeah.
She doesn't. Okay. She's on her period.
Yeah.
And this is the cherry on top. She ran with her hair down.
What is wrong with her? Why?
She's like, I don't know. She was like, I kind of wanted to have like a, what is it?
Awful time.
Well, no, like, yeah, exactly. She's like, a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants kind of moment. And I was like, Blake Lively like runs with her hair down. But I was like, she ran for like 2 minutes with her hair down.
Okay.
Not an hour.
Okay.
When she told me that, I was like, there are soldiers who have not done what you've done. I would literally, if someone was like, you have to run, I'd be like, okay, well, I haven't ran in a while, but I could do the distance.
Did she run in the traveling pants too, the jeans, or what? They are
I
jeans,
feel like if
right?
she would, I feel like if she could, she would have.
Yeah.
But I was like, with this humidity,
wow,
hair on my back makes me want to, like, it throws me over the edge. Like
I don't get why she did that.
I have
crazy
no idea. I understand
me.
maybe, I guess if she wanted to do it starting off that way, but always have like a hair tie on, like,
Yeah, I usually, I don't right now because I'm wearing it, but I try to have a hair tie on my wrist.
6 miles, hair down, humid, hills, period. I was like, you
chose hard.
You're probably the strongest person.
He chose hard mode.
She chose hard,
yeah,
but
didn't she have a difficult experience after that? Like, wasn't it? She was annoyed and stuff.
She had like a really hard time. Well, because it's hard to breathe for
So then she was irritated and annoyed, right?
Yeah,
after?
she wasn't having a good time. I was like, I was like, I think 90% of the problem could have been your hair down.
Yeah.
You make me run with my hair down. I can't do it.
I don't get why.
I couldn't do it. I was like, that is
truly crazy.
She told me that, and I was like, that's. I was like, how'd you do it? I don't know. You're stronger than me. I would have done. I'd have been like, take me out. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be here, and I don't want to do it.
I'm out.
I'm not gonna do
reason?
it. And then so she was talking about doing a playlist for running. She's like, I need to do a new playlist and stuff. And so she's going through like old like songs and stuff. And then she mentions the Killers. And then I was like, do you remember when Jess threw the CD out the window? And she's like, no. And I guess she didn't have a memory of this, but I was like, we like kept listening. I think it was Sam's Town, that album. We kept listening to it.
It was their second one, whatever.
Yeah, I think the second album. Yeah. And I was like, Jess literally took the CD out of the thing, and we were right by the garbage cans, and she threw it out the window, and she was just like dying laughing. And I was like, yeah.
I don't remember doing that exactly, but I remember being really annoyed with that album.
Yeah.
Like I was just sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
And
because I'll like I have to like get to a point of like I'll like whatever neurodivergent blah blah blah, but I'll listen to a song on repeat like over and over and over again.
I can do that too, but there is a point where
sure.
I think it's when it's on the radio too, like when you're not the one controlling the repetition.
Oh yeah.
And they're just forcing the repetition on you. Like,
somebody said they're like sometimes you like a song more when it's on the radio, like because you didn't come out like you weren't expecting it. Like let's say there's a song that you really like, and all of a sudden you hear it on the radio. You're like, then you really really like it because you're like, wow, this is such a treat. You didn't like seek it out. You didn't like go to YouTube and like type it in and have like that. You were like, oh, I wasn't expecting this song. Or maybe you forgot about a song and all of a sudden you hear it on the radio and you're like, this song
I understand
slaps.
the randomness of having a song come on the radio. And that's fine. But it's just...
Yeah, she had to throw it out the window.
It probably happens less now. But I think the only thing now that we have is like Christmas music where it's like...
Yeah.
You're out of control and...
You can't get away from it.
Before.
Yeah. But yeah, that CD that held, they used to make CDs that held up.
So one thing I wanted, like talking about the car thing, I want to talk about us. We were looking for a new car.
Oh yeah.
Last weekend.
Oh yeah, we wrote stuff down.
Went to the suburbs. I guess we should start with like
brave the suburbs.
Yeah. Which I told like one of my friends about, and everyone's just like, wait, what? Like, they're not like horrified, but they're just like, oh, what?
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, that's how I was too.
I literally asked my therapist, I was like, is there a way to be like better, like, fight, because I was like, I feel like I should have like been more on, but like, anyways, we went to a few places. I think we went to 2 places. We went to Subaru, everything that was fine. We looked at Subarus, everything was fine there. And then we went to Toyota, and
it was like a used Toyota thing. So
it was
wasn't
a used
like
Toyota
straight up.
Yeah. It's still their dealership, I think.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like standing outside too. So I kind of already thought, I was like, this guy's a lot.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh man, what are you guys doing? And I thought maybe he was just a helper. I didn't know he was like going to be a salesman. And I was like, oh God.
The first guy was standing outside too, but he was like,
oh yeah, he
was more just like, oh, hey, like it seemed like he was stepping out to get air, and then I was like, oh, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Versus the other guy was like,
yeah, he had that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Very like, I was like, oh boy. But I was like, we need to look at Toyotas. We have to look at these cars.
Like at least wear a plaid jacket. I mean, like fully lean
in.
And like a pencil mustache,
and be like, what can I do for you today?
How can I get you?
How can we get these nice ladies into a car?
How can I get you into a new car?
Anyways, so he was like, oh, I only know one car that like matches what you're saying. And you're like, okay.
You guys are really specific.
So you're really specific.
He's Russian, which I feel like we need to see.
Yeah, he is Russian.
Who's like from Russia. How long has he lived in the U.S.? No idea.
No idea.
But yeah, the accent. And I think that's important because I'm like, it takes into accountability that I was like, is this just the suburbs being bigoted, or is it that he's from Russia?
Yeah, is this from,
like his brainwashing? I'm not sure. I mean,
I can't tell. Somebody said that they're like, Russia has like a different level of homophobia or whatever. But anyways, we were like looking at that. We're trying to like ask about this car, and the guy's like, I don't even remember exactly what he said.
No, I think I brought up, I was like, oh yeah, like since we're sisters, we share the car, blah, blah, blah. Like, cause it's like, I don't know why, but it kind of made sense to just like clarify, like, oh, that we share this car, and then it's not like you're looking for a car or I'm looking for one. It's that we're sharing it. And it's kind of, I guess, an unusual scenario, but I don't use a car a lot, and it doesn't make. Anyways, we share a car, so who cares? And then he was like kind of relieved, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Like I thought, because you guys are from the city, something, it's so progressive there. And then he like rattled, I don't know, like as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, he thought we were gay or something. And then like, And then I was like, but then he like rattled into like when he was in Russia in the 90s and how a man and a woman is traditional. It like didn't actually logically make sense. Like his thought process from like, oh, okay, that I was worried because you guys are from city and progressive, and then it did not like connect. Like the thought process didn't connect until he was like rattling on into like traditional man and woman and then 90s for some reason and TV shows, and I don't even know what he was talking about, honestly.
I think that's part of the reason why we didn't like clock it right away is because we didn't come out and be like, oh, I don't want to sell a car to lesbians. He said, oh, thank God you're sisters.
Yeah.
And I said,
oh, I clocked it right away as soon as
I didn't,
because he said something about progressive. He was like, oh, because I thought with the Chicago and being so many progressive people there. And then I was like, okay, I think I know what he's getting at. And I just tried to like, I'm not even sure like what to respond to that. But then he like rattled into like this traditional thing in the 90s. And I was like,
I watched TV and there was a mom.
Wait, did you put it together without me saying anything to you? Like at some point? Okay.
Yeah,
yes. You were like,
I had gotten it, but it was like,
first you were like, oh, okay.
It took a second because I didn't understand because then he was talking about how he's like, when I watched TV, it was a mom and dad on, you saw a mom and dad, and then he said something about like, oh, like traditional family unit or something like that.
And he wasn't trying to be like, oh, because I'm just not used to it or something. It's not like that. It wasn't. He wasn't trying to correct himself. He was trying to like dig the hole deeper.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was like, yes, and I'm right, okay,
because this isn't a couple. These are this is a these are sisters.
Yes.
Now it's okay for me to keep going.
Also, not for nothing, but he approached us like, if you don't want to sell two gay people like a car, like. If you thought we were, you know what I mean? Like you were the one.
Maybe because we said something about being in the city, and then he was like, "Oh, city, two women."
Okay.
Oh, I know what happens there.
I see. The women, they can't even be roommates there.
Yeah.
It's just, and then I was
They're probably getting married over there.
And the biggest problem, which I talked about it, like I posted on it like a TikTok, and the biggest problem that I had, then everybody had, is like, you guys could also still be gay.
That's
like, it seems like huge.
That's what I told my friend. I'm like, okay. I mean, just to play into stereotypes for a second, but like we just said, we just left the Subaru.
Yes, that's what I said. So my default was to go into a joke and be like, well, I did just leave the Subaru thing, so like maybe watch what you're saying type thing was the way I was trying to say.
I corrected, but
yes,
but he probably wouldn't even understand.
It went right over
because
his
I'm like, if he's not from, I don't know when he moved here. To the U.S. It sounded like maybe teenager or something.
Right,
but yeah, I don't know when he moved. So like,
and then he was like going on like the weird thing is like it went from like traditional like mom and dad to being like malls. Kids used to go to malls, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel like his like brain was like tweaking out or something. Like you know what I mean? Like malls programming. Propaganda.
Oh my God. And then he was like, I'm a private investigator. I was like, I don't know what this man is talking about.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the private investigator thing.
I don't even know.
Oh, he also talked about like, I mean, this kind of came up like everywhere we went, but they're like, this was an old person car. An old person owned this car. You want to own a car that an old person owned, because old people apparently take care of their cars.
Apparently.
Not like young people are just driving them into trees.
And I post about this and everyone's like, no, that's right. Old people do. I don't know. I was like, but I was like, old people also get into car accidents. Like, they don't, like, they can't see as well or whatever. Like, but they're like, yeah, like there's these rain guards on the window. This guy, you could tell they were old. And I was like, so an old person was driving around this RAV4. Yeah, that's an old person car. They love those. Come on. I feel like if you're an older person, it's hard to get up.
Maybe that's why they gave it up. And I didn't have that many miles on it.
Yeah, maybe. We should go back and get the car. No.
We should. I don't like white cars, though.
She doesn't like white cars.
I just think I don't like them. They're very like...
What about them?
I don't know.
Do they feel like Barbie-ish?
I just feel like it's not a color.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing. There's not really any reason. It's just, if you can get a color, why don't you get a color?
I feel like in my head, I'm like, when you clean a white car, does it feel like anything? Because I feel like when I wash a car and I can like see the...
You could see that in a white car. I mean, a white car's going to get dirty, right?
No, it is. But I feel like it is a satisfaction there.
Oh, yeah.
Or you just get into white and you're like, great.
I don't know. I want a color. I want a color.
I want a color, yeah.
But then I'm like, if it was like a bright yellow or like an orange color, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'd go white.
Yeah.
You know?
Go white over those.
Neutral.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she said that her dream car is, now I'm going to forget, but I want to say it was like a Honda CRV, but like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like super boxy.
Super boxy.
And then we were both talking about, we all like the same car, like boxy. I'm like, so there's definitely
make a boxy car,
boxy,
please.
but like not that big, right?
Not that
but
big.
Like not like a tiny car that's like weird, like a golf cart or something like that.
Yeah, I don't want a golf cart. Yeah.
Like stop. They keep making them massive and more massive, and it's like.
And the windows get smaller and smaller and smaller.
The bigger the car, the smaller the window.
For some reason, I think it's all sensors now. Everyone's like your sensors and stuff. But then I posted about that, and somebody was like,
as soon as the sensor gets broken,
that they're like, that's what happened. Like
Everyone's
the camera went out or whatever, and the sensors, and so he's like, now like my girlfriend, like she hasn't gotten them fixed, and so she has a hell of a time parking now because she can't see anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I get, it's a safety thing or whatever. I understand what it's for. It's still annoying.
And the other thing I want to talk about with the car thing, other than that guy being weird, but it just made me be like, wow, we got to get out of the burbs.
We got to get out of Schaumburg.
The Schaumburg burbs. The Schaumburbs.
Schaumburbs, because this is not for us. I forgot what else we talked about. I think like we were talking about cars.
Oh, I put van/murders. I don't know what that's about. I can't remember. I think something to do with like vans being like why would you drive a van? Like a van's not like a car that
maybe
like you or I would need or something.
Yeah, I feel like I used to be afraid of driving the van alone because I was afraid someone would be in the car and I would get murdered.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
And
but I was like, but famously, the van I would say is associated with taking kids or something.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The van's got a little bit of
associate a van.
Yeah.
Like, why do they need all that space?
Sedan, not as scary. A van? What are they doing?
Guy drives up to in a van versus like a little like regular car.
That's true.
I'm more scared of the van guy.
That's true. That's true.
What's a guy in a van?
A guy in a van?
A woman in a van? Oh, that's a mom.
That's a mom. That's fine.
A
She's
guy
allowed
in
to
a
have
van?
that. That's legal. Yeah.
A woman doesn't really. I don't associate a woman with like one of those like square boxy vans. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Like I do associate. It's like a work guy.
A work van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
It's a very specific.
The other thing I wrote down was Mr. G, which is that driving instructor.
Yeah.
Kind of get back to that.
Driving instructors have to be. We were talking about how like driving instructors have to have like the craziest job. Like you have to be like. You have to have like the extra time, and you have to also want to actively put yourself in danger, basically, because you're driving around with kids all day. And I just feel like
or people that don't know how to drive.
Yeah, I would just be like, I'd be curious if anyone's had like a regular,
or like a cool driving
driving teacher.
Like, wow. Like they came into our life and then they were gone.
So
it was
cool.
only, like those few weeks.
Mr. G, I remember he called me a grandma because I wasn't driving fast enough. He's like, hit the gas, grandma, and which is hilarious because like Mr. G was like a grandpa, like he was like an old man.
Yeah, or he was like I don't
like
think he
55.
probably wasn't that old, but like he carried himself like very.
Oh yeah,
old.
we talked about this. Yeah,
like he might be like, I don't know. I think he's like this isn't right, but I'm like I do think it. I think he like was repressing something. Part of his personality was repressed, or expression of self was repressed or not safe to express. So
we don't know if he's gay or if he's like,
or something.
Yeah, or if he like, if he.
It doesn't matter.
It just felt whatever it was. There was something within Mr. G that was not.
It was like so tightly wound,
very tightly wound.
Like,
which again, surprising that you'd want to drive with teenagers in a car being that tightly wound.
You're not being but you're not being yourself.
Something very about rules orientated,
very rules,
and you could tell too. Like there were certain things that he would tell you that he was like, the kids are gonna like, or like I gotta tell him this. Like when he said one of the things, like he's like, rain on leaves is as dangerous as ice.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, Mr. G.
Yeah, you remember it, see?
And I remember how to change lanes in traffic. He would say smog. He'd be like, smog. And so he'd be like, signal, mirror, over the shoulder, go is like the thing. And I still remember it because he would shout at you to do it.
Wow.
He was very tightly wound, but he pushed stuff in your brain.
Yeah, you
I remember it.
I just remember watching that video of the like road rage thing where the guy
Dateline?
Yeah, where the guy gets the crossbow out of his like back trunk and then kills somebody.
I remember it distinctly because it was like in like I feel like I remember it was so sad because the guy that he was with tried to pull it out. And he was like bleeding even more because like a crossbow like kind of goes in. And,
the guy that killed the guy tried to save the guy?
No, he was driving with a buddy The guy that got shot.
Oh, the friend tried to save the friend. Yeah.
And he was like, I can't. And then the wife seems to be like, the wife in the video seemed to be like defending her husband, the pastor.
Don't make him mad.
Well, don't make him mad on the road. Then you won't get shot with a crossbow. I'm like,
that's not
what? And then they cut to and the guy was like, I'd do it again. He has no regrets. He's in jail now because he killed somebody.
Yeah, I don't think I would show that part if I was Mr. D. You know what I mean? Like,
I would cut the video early.
Cut right there.
And be like, and if you have road rage, you're not going to regret it.
I'd do it again.
What? Mom just told me about
He's like, jail's the best thing that happened to me. I was crazy out there.
It was crazy out there.
That's what they just cut. He's like, I'd do it again, and then they just cut there, and that's it. But actually, he's like, I found God.
I'm doing great.
Like, you know, they just cut him that part to like.
He's actually
him a
doing
monster.
much
So
better.
like, there's also that aspect too.
Mom told me about like there was a guy that was road raging or whatever, and he crashed the car, and this would make me so mad. But he crashed the car, and he was perfectly fine, but his wife like became like paralyzed from like the neck down from it, and she like tried to tell people, but I think she was like afraid of him, so like nobody ever knew that like he was the cause of it. And then it made me think of like
sad.
Yeah, my like a kid that I dated when I was like, you know, a kid, that he said that his dad like pulled up to somebody like, and they had been like on the road, whatever, messing with each other, and they pulled over, and then the guy rolled his windows down, and then Peter's dad like rolled his window down, and the guy was like, oh, he's gonna talk to me, and so he's like, hey, listen, and then Peter's dad just punched him through both the windows.
Wow.
And then just kept driving. And I'm like, that isn't, I can't even imagine being that mad. Like,
wait, so they pull up next to each other
like this, like like
okay,
that,
yeah,
or I think
something,
but like that, yeah.
And a window gets rolled down.
Yeah, both of them have their windows down because he's like, oh, he's gonna talk.
So he
to me.
reaches through both.
He reached through both
he's
windows.
Not breaking through glass.
No,
Okay,
he didn't break through glass. No, he rolled his window down too, and the guy's like, well, obviously he wants to talk to me. I'll roll down my window.
Yeah.
And then he just invited it in.
Isn't he also a comedian?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
Not the dad.
The
child of a road rage man.
The child of a road rage man. Yeah.
That was the lineup.
The road ragers out there. I don't know what it is. I don't get mad. I always just get nervous. I always just think like, oh my God, I should. I mean, every now and then I'll beep for like somebody being like, hey, stop that, or like, what are you doing? That's dangerous. But
I feel like I have such a real slow reaction time.
Me too. And our car horn is like burp, burp. Our car horn is like so.
It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and our car horn is literally.
I'm sorry. Could you not?
I'm sorry. Could you actually not hit me?
Yeah.
But if not, totally fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
But no worries if not.
No worries if. Yeah.
Our car horn is like that. It's not aggressive at all. It's like the most babyest car. It's not like wah, like really scary.
Yeah. They do need to have different sounds to horns.
They need to have different sounds.
Like people be beeping in the alleyway because they just want to like go fast or just kind of warn people.
Or like, hey, I'm behind you.
Good.
Yeah.
But like, or like a hey, the light just turned green kind of thing. Because it's just so aggressive.
Yeah. Because to me, I'm like, oh, hey.
And then that one that's like that.
Yeah, they do.
Like maybe a beep is like a little hit, and then is like you hold it for a second. Like,
you have a whole computer in there. A whole computer in the car. You can't put a few beeps in there?
The computer's useless.
You put a whole computer in a car, and you got sensors.
And we've changed nothing
about the beeps?
Come on.
I don't believe it. They're like, make the windows really small.
Let's get the windows out of there.
But make the beeps just one beep. I would love to have like
this car
maybe
is. You can't
3
see
beeps.
anything. It's a tank.
Yeah,
they're creating tanks now.
Yeah, they're creating tanks. Yeah, that's what it is.
A tank now.
But also, all the dealership, all windows. You go to a dealership, you can't get enough windows. The whole dealership building, windows.
Like, yeah, people love windows.
People love windows.
Why you removing them from the car? I want to just clarify in case we have listeners, is that the window that I'm most specifically worried about is the back window.
Yes.
You can't see out them. They're just really for show, I guess. It's maybe just to make sure sunlight dapples in. You get more window on that ceiling thing, the sunroof.
Oh,
than you do in that back.
You better off checking the sunroof, being like, anyone out there?
Back, look over. You can't do smog in that place.
You can check for Superman, but you can't see who's behind you.
Yep, exactly.
That's
very tank-like, right? That you have
very
that top
tank-like.
window. You can take your head out, look around, go back in. We're creating little tanks.
Little tanks.
I mean, it's America. Our biggest export's got to be weapons.
The first car company to make something boxy again, they will clean
non-tank-like,
just a boxy little car.
Let's go back to the early 2000s,
Yeah.
RAV4, HR or CRV,
CRV.
Pontiac Vibe.
Yeah. Pontiac Vibe. Give us a
What
Pontiac.
Matrix is the other one? That was the
Oh, yeah?
Toyota Vibe version.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
Those are like interchangeable.
Yeah. Same like body, they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people on my thing were telling me all about that. They're like, same body.
I was looking at the Impreza and I was like, kind of low to the ground. I think that's why we didn't go with it.
Yeah, I told
low to the
Sean that,
ground.
and Sean's like, if she doesn't like the window on the Crosstrek, she's not gonna like the Impreza. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
The other thing I looked at looked just like the Vibe, but it looked lower, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to go any lower. I don't get why anyone wants a car that's so low to the ground anyway.
I think it's like
Maybe because you can't get in and out of it. But some of those
that-
things sitting on, you're just like,
I think also it's probably
Lean back. I'm like, what is
better
this?
for
Can't see
like
anything.
mileage,
yeah.
and also I feel like for a while there was a thing of like a tipping. Your car's more likely to like tip if it's
yeah.
higher up. So if you're lower to the ground,
Can't tip them.
can't tip them.
They should make cars like where the cars can stack on top of each other. So if you're a really tall car, you can drive over a low car. And if you're a low car, you can drive through the tall cars.
That's smart.
I mean, if we got all these sensors, let's start using them.
and get a few
then
more
you could-
beeps in there.
You could get more cars on the road if one car is able to drive underneath the other car.
There's like a thing, I think it's in Japan, whatever, where they have
Stack 'em
in
up.
the they have these things that can lift cars, like these little robot things that lift cars up. So they in parking centers, like the cars are all
Oh,
they take your car.
putting a
The cars
little-
are all pop,
put
like,
on like a shelf or something.
not like a but like it goes underneath and it can like move your car around, so you can be parked like back to back to back to back, and it can like literally like if your car was like there's a car in front of you, a car behind you, it could just come in and take the car out like that. Like there's like a little thing
I
or
see.
whatever. It's really weird. It can picks it up.
Are you in the
completely up.
car or does the machine?
I don't think so.
do
The
it?
machine just does it.
Yeah.
The cars are just hanging out there. But I was just thinking that yesterday because there were so many spots when I was trying to park north where I was like, that is like nearly a parking spot, but it's not. Like it's nearly one, but it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because the way people have
yeah.
parked like and left and whatever. And I'm like, God, if I could just move up that car,
Yeah, that's why
I
I'm
could
worried
probably
about
get 2 spots.
worried about getting something that's longer than our current car. Because I'm like,
I know, but
Can't-
there's like nothing that's that short. That's not like a little.
that's not a weird little clown
Yeah,
car.
it's hard. It's just like, yeah,
They're just
I-
getting too big.
they're just getting too big.
They're too big for the city, and I don't know why the suburbs need these like massive tanks, but
Speaking of lift something or whatever, I just remembered. I forgot I sent you that thing.
what thing?
I know I should have made like a video of it, but I didn't. But I was driving back home I was driving back to like my thing, and I saw like that that bumper sticker that said like lift it, and it's on.
Oh,
it was on
yeah.
like a red truck because I remember it distinctly because I was like, did I read? And it says lift it. Fat chicks can't jump.
It was
And-
on a what kind of car?
It was a red truck.
Okay, a truck. Yeah,
Yeah, big, like-
lifted. Oh, the car's lifted. Okay,
I
got
think
it.
that's what it
like a lifted
meant. Yeah.
something higher.
And
car.
I was just like, and I haven't seen like fat chicks written out in like a long, like in a minute. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like people don't like do that anymore,
Yeah,
or
as much,
There's
yeah.
as much or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like shocked because I was like, is that what that is? So I had to go look it up because I was like, is this a real bumper sticker? Am I like crazy? Did I misread something?
Yeah. You're like,
And I would-
surely it must be
surely-
because I just have a
'Cause I was like,
skewed
in the
perspective of
in the
what,
city of
of
Chicago.
my generalizations that I do.
I was
Yeah.
like, in the city of Chicago, no one is saying that, but it's
Openly.
there it was. It was insane. I was like so surprised. It just seemed surprising to me because I'm like, who is that for? And I also like I want to like meet the woman that's like, that's the kind of man I want.
Yeah.
I want a man that hates fat women. Like, who is that woman? I
Yeah.
mean, I assume she hates fat people too. Like,
yeah.
but it's interesting because like I've never seen anyone.
Or she would be like, take it off. And he'd be like, no, it's funny. Like, don't be so sensitive. And she'd be like,
yeah, she's like,
okay, I give
that's
up.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's probably how it was.
He's
That's
not funny. He's just crude. Just
But then she would
ignore
also
him.
be
And
like,
it's
have you?
yeah.
She'd also be like, have you seen Shelly?
Yeah.
She put on weight.
Yeah.
You know, she would. Yeah, be that person.
Just talking
So,
shit about other people.
Yeah. But it was interesting to me because in my head, I instantly went to the thing of like, I can't imagine like getting like, let's say we get a car and
Yeah.
we get like we got like an SUV, we got like a Forester, right? I'm like, got it, Forester, like fat men, like fat dudes can't jump. Like it just seems
Fat
like
guys
like
can't
to be
jump.
like, I dislike like. It's fine to not find something from like whatever you're attracted to, but it just seems crazy to be like, I gotta actively be making my vehicle purchases and choices
Fat
around
women
the
are-
idea.
Fat women are after me, and I need to make sure that they cannot reach and access me physically, because you know how fat women are assaulting men all the time,
right? And you know how
they
they can't jump. They're not an elephant. They can. Everyone can jump. There's not like
I know people like there could, like, let's say this was actually had like a huge audience. There'd be men that are like, you know what it means, and it's like, I do know what it means.
I understand
it means
what it
that
means.
you hate
it's not
fat
funny.
women.
Yeah,
I get it.
I understand. It's supposed to be like a funny, I guess.
It's
joke.
also kind of like weirdly like, I'm attracted to a certain type of person. Like, okay, what does that have to do with your truck?
But they are always trying to like tell you, because they'll have like, even if it's like not against like fat women, they'll have like those weird like decals of like hot women on their car, and I'm like, who's that for?
No idea.
I assume it's for other men to be like, yeah.
I don't know.
I do like
my thought
hot
is
women
like
too.
Something like that, where it's like, you know, like the silhouette of like a woman like this,
yeah,
with like the silhouette of like the body type. It's like, what if porn like stops getting made? This might be all I have is this silhouette of
what
this
if the internet
woman's
goes down?
Body, and all I have.
I have no imagination, and I cannot draw.
And I can't draw. And what, I'm supposed to find a regular human attractive? I need this like process.
No, I need a cartoon character.
Yes.
It's very like Tim Robinson kind of character. Yeah. They're like, what am I supposed to do? Find a real life people?
Yes, exactly.
I can't do that. I need cartoon hotness.
Or it's like,
and you know that.
I don't know what it would be called. Virtue signaling is not right, but something like some sort of cis signaling or something. Like, nope, I'm straight here. Like,
I'm very straight.
Like, okay.
Look how straight I am. It just seems very odd.
But like a guy that has that isn't necessarily not dating someone that's a fat woman. So then that's just confusing.
I have no idea.
It's even more confusing to me. Then I'm like, I don't know what you have.
Also, the gauge too. Like once you like leave the city, like the gauge for like what is considered fat, like I don't know, is like
it maybe their pride flag to some degree?
The anti-fat women.
Yeah, that and like these like silhouettes of women, that stickers that they put on. Also, the balls on the back of a truck too.
I don't understand that either. Who is that for?
Gross.
Who is that for?
I guess it's like, I'm such a man, my car has balls on it.
I guess I assume
to me it kind of seems like you're like, I don't know.
Or maybe it's supposed to signal like
this car. Is a boy truck. Yeah. I was thinking it's a girl truck. It is not
or maybe
a girl
like
truck.
The car, you're like, I'm driving a penis, and so it makes sense.
Oh, that's like the back.
Maybe
of
that's what it is. Yeah. Like the, which almost feels like that seems kind of gay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
that seems like something like a gay guy would be like.
Yeah, or like a bachelorette would have at her party or something.
This dick is a 4-seater. Like that seems like something. Gay, you know what I mean? So that makes almost more sense to me, to be gay and doing that, but to be straight and doing it makes like completely illogical. Because it is only I've never seen a woman be like, gotta put a clit on my truck or whatever. I can't believe this is Jasper's episode. Now this is poor Jasper has to listen to this nonsense. He's like,
he's sleeping.
This is not good stuff.
Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, it's you don't really see it out here so much.
You don't see, exactly.
And
that's why
I do think generally it is younger men that do this.
I think so.
Otherwise, I think you're like really emotionally mature, like stunted if you're older guy that has this.
Yeah. There was a guy recently.
I know too. Would be like, well, it's funny. I'm like, I don't understand why it's funny, so it's not funny, and because I personally don't understand why it's funny.
Yes. Against bumper sticker. I feel like there was a lawsuit recently against a bumper sticker.
Wow.
Guy.
It was probably like one that was like peace.
It was like, I think he said something like it had the F word in it, and everybody was like,
you can't have a swear.
Yeah, everybody's like, you can't. The guy, I think he said something like against car decal. Maybe that's what it is. But it was just wild because I was like, wait, don't you guys have like the craziest shit on your...
A lawsuit in the bumper sticker world? That probably made bumper sticker people be like, yes, I knew a bumper sticker could change things.
They're like, exactly. I knew somebody was reading these and it mattered. I can't find it, but it said something like fuck something or whatever. And the guy is like, you can't. I think the police like pulled him over and he's like, well, what are you gonna like arrest me? It was just so funny because he's like, you have to take that off, and he's like, no, I don't. And so then it became like I think I don't want to say the ACLU, but somebody took it up because it's like a First Amendment, and they take up First Amendment rights or whatever. So it's like, even if it's weird or unhinged, they still take it up because they're like, you can't infringe on those, on the right to be absurd and have absurd things. And And the guy is like, well, it's just like inappropriate. And I was like, yeah, it's people are gonna say inappropriate things. Like that's fine. And
find something that says there was a guy that the bumper sticker said I eat ass.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
And they told him to like take it down. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Why didn't it come up for me? I saw a video about it and they're like, it's offensive. And they're like, to who? I don't think a child knows what that means.
No.
I don't think it's hurting anybody.
I don't think it hurts anybody to take it off though either. I'm like, okay, so you can't have that sticker. Wow. You can't put a sticker of something like this on in a public.
What's next? The truck nuts?
What's next?
I don't want to live.
What's next? We're gonna start banning books.
Banning book? Wait. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's actually cool.
Actually, we need to keep doing
That's
that.
actually really cool to me.
Sir, would you get rid of your bumper sticker in order to also qualify this book to get banned? They wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. They
wouldn't
love that bumper
understand
sticker
how
too
that's
much.
like. They wouldn't understand how there's like a similarity.
There's
there.
not. There's a logical.
Like my
step.
book doesn't give people ideas, or my bumper.
And
sticker.
then what? Fat chicks are going to be able to get on my car? God, it just is. It's such a presumptive thing to be like, fat women like me so much that are trying to get in my car that I have to lift my car up so that they can't get in. Like, where are these women that you're finding?
Nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that.
If anything, it's like, please, it's far whichever way you need to go, low or high. Just
Low,
get
high,
away from
get
us.
away from me. Yeah,
get away
just
from us.
like get as far as you can. That's totally fine with me.
There's also, what's it called? I think I saw that you like this post. There was something about like these old suffragette posters.
Oh, yeah.
And they like basically the takeaway was everyone in the comments was just like, oh, so men were like making fun of women's looks then. And then also the other thing was like their biggest fear of women voting was like that they would end up being treated like
The
women.
same way. Yeah.
And
So like, God, can you imagine being home alone with the children? I'm like,
I have to take care of the kids now. I have to like clean things.
it's crazy.
It is crazy. It's like really embarrassing.
And it's also like this thing of like they
Like,
kind of
it's
assume
so
like anyone
embarrassing.
who's like feminist or whatever has that, like there has to be like you have to be like old and ugly.
Yes.
Is like the thing. It's like, well, you have to be like it's only when they're old and ugly.
Yeah, and they're like basically like when the girl's 15, like she's controllable,
great.
basically. And
Yeah.
then it
Her
becomes
frontal
if they
lobe
don't
hasn't-
get married, then they end up being
Yeah.
like insane or something.
Yeah, like we need them to like, be like locked in or whatever.
Yeah.
And like that's why I made like a video talking about like I was like, oh, pardon us if we're a little sensitive about like being called crazy. I'm like, you guys used to lock us up.
Yeah.
You used to put us in places. And then I looked up all the reasons you could be put in a place and it was absolutely unhinged.
Oh, it's anything, right?
It's like it's pretty much anything. It was like you want sex too much, you don't want enough sex. Well, like somebody said politics, like you got too riled up about politics, you got too riled up about religion. It was very interesting because nowadays I feel like some of the things I'd be like, oh, this seems like a good thing. Like wouldn't you want like even if you're conservative, wouldn't you want a woman that's like really into whatever? But it wasn't. It was like anything. They were like, that's too much. She's too intense.
Well, I remember watching the last season of Fargo, where John Hamm's character is like the abuser.
Yeah.
Right? And the pick-me wife is very much like, she's like on his side about things. And then even then he's like mad at her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
No, there's
it
no
wouldn't
winning.
matter. Like he just wants the person to kind of almost not exist or just kind of be there as a punching bag for any sort of emotional anything really.
And-
good or bad, really.
Yeah, and too like that because somebody was talking about again like they're like, why do conservative men like match with like liberal women on like dating apps and stuff?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they want to like change you. They want to like be like, oh, I got one and I
That actually,
like,
I don't know if it was on TikTok, but I know what you're talking about. But it's kind of a similar thing where it's like, people are like, if people like the idea of the chase, isn't that promoting like rape culture? And I don't know. It's sort of that same thing of like, you want something that doesn't want you or want to be
yes.
around you is not healthy. And I don't know if that it's that far. I think it more says, because I think women can want people that are, you know, not liking them or whatever.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And I think it's more like there's clearly a psychological wounding that's going on.
Yes.
It's certainly not healthy.
no.
But there's something weird.
But I feel like in
but if
cartoons
you're-
as a
but if
kid, you
you're
see it all the time.
But if you're literally conservative and you're like actively going after someone that is liberal in that way, that is like some sort of dominant scenario. And it's like, well, why are you doing that? That's weird.
Yeah, like you're not going to change their beliefs, and they're like, but I think there's also something too, like of course, like oh, like the woman's like she thinks that way, like she's just she loves people so much. Like it's like a thing of like, I think there's like something more almost
like she's naive or something. Yeah.
Right. They associate like conservative with like masculine. So they think like if you're liberal, like that's why the same reason why like men will be like, men, like liberal men are such you know what I mean? So then I think if you truly believe that, then the opposite is true too. That like, oh, then conservative women are kind of masculine then. If the logic follows. Obviously it's all nonsense.
Or left-leaning guy is feminine, quote, then a right-leaning woman is masculine.
Right. So they don't want them. They want to be like, oh, I want to date one that's...
Yeah, that's interesting.
Which is just odd. And sad. And just weird. And
figure it out, guys. Stop.
Figure it out. It is so... Like, I was talking to a friend and she was just like, it's so weird to like see them on like dating apps and stuff. And it's always like needlessly combative. They're always like, if you're over 150 pounds, don't even bother. I'm like... Yeah, like you're getting...
How many bumper stickers does it take
to protect
how many bumper stickers to protect my eyes?
God, these women, they won't stop chasing me.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go.
Hard for them.
Fuck. Oh my God. Let's see if I wrote something down. I think I did.
Was it on bumper stickers or...
Oh, I was going to ask you, if you had a term, they're making new terms for, well, obviously they've been making terms for robots. They call them clankers. That's like a slur for a robot.
Okay.
You've heard this, right? Have you heard this?
No.
It's like a common thing. They'll be like, it's just like someone's like, oh, I'm not going to listen to a clanker. Like if someone's like ChatGPT said this, they're like, I'm not going to listen to that. But then now they have terms for people who use ChatGPT.
I have heard about this.
Yes.
Can go on.
Yes. They call, one of them was sloppers because AI is slop.
Yeah.
Another one was bot licker, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's funny.
One was secondhand thinker. I thought that was kind of interesting. That like, because it's another, you're not thinking firsthand or whatever. Yeah. And then someone said a creativity surrogate, which I was like, that's very interesting. But it was just, I mean, somebody said like you can use AI to a certain degree, but like there are some people who are like, please stop hitting Jasper in the head, Angel. That some people just use it for like every single thing where they're like, let me just check ChatGPT. And I'm like, sometimes you cannot trust it too. Like,
yes.
Because the studies, you'll like look at like, oh, like where, like what's referenced. Like I think somebody sent me something and I was like, what's referenced is a Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
You can't listen to that. That's bad, you know? So you have to just be careful. I just thought it was interesting that
there's like new terms coming out.
Yeah, that like people are trying now. There's like a shame campaign to make people stop using AI as much. I feel like AI as a tool for like work is like fine to some degree, but it's like there are people out there who are like, I think like I worry about like the younger people where you're like, you're going to school and you don't even write a paper. You just ChatGPT
or you don't know how to.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it will like, it could make, basically I think there's people that, let's say you're creative and you were to use it and you're good at what you do and you know how to critically think, you could actually use it in ways that are good.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that doesn't hurt the environment. I'd be fine if it like went away tomorrow, right?
Right.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, or I still think it needs to be regulated. However, I think there's certain people that if you have the critical thinking skills, you could understand how to use it to help yourself. But if you lean on it too much, it could end up being, and you don't have that ability to distinguish or
that's what I'm thinking.
Think like through content, then you're basically becoming maybe more dumb.
Right.
Or you could, you could risk. Or like if you're younger, you risk like maybe not developing some skill sets that you need to have in order to critically think or use that AI stuff in a way that's actually helpful for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you saying like, oh, the source was wicked. Like, is anyone even looking
right.
at that?
You have to be able to do like, or they need to like at least in school be more about like, okay, like we need to like at least teach kids like, hey, critical thinking and resource stuff. I think that would be like the big thing is like, okay, you can't just be like, well, so-and-so says this and that. Now, I think there's like a creativity thing where some people are writing nonsense because there's like that. I don't know if you remember or whatever, but it came up recently for me on TikTok. But like that crazy story where the guy like is talking about Mario and he's like smashing turts and you've heard it or whatever. Okay. But anyways, it's like a paper, and obviously I'm like the kids obviously like the teacher's like this doesn't even make any sense, but I was like I think creativity is good, like being weird and making writing weird stuff like Mario is killing turtles and he's crushing turds and it's violent and blah 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 is like that's fine or whatever, but you also have to need to be able to creatively think, and that's like what worries me.
Yes.
And also when you're younger, I feel like too, like being able to do that. I think that also like the younger Gen Z people, whatever, coming up now, some of it is like I do think like some of the problems they're having might be because they did grow up with social media. Like Sean and I were just talking about this, and I was like, remember, like I was like when we were like young or whatever. I'm like, I wasn't at the clubs, but like people, you could just be at like a party and like in your like stupid pencil skirt and a business top, and people were getting wild, and nobody had to worry about like, oh, this is gonna go viral.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you could take a video, but the amount of space you have on the phone, juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
You know, and then uploading it onto YouTube was like such a thing that nobody's doing. I mean,
well, also it wasn't like regular to like share content. So then it's like you're not.
I mean, I guess you could share it on your Instagram, but like only like the 100 people that follow you are going to see that. So it's not like like now it's such a big thing of like, oh, being like followed or watching or, you know, people videotaping everything where, I'm like, that's got to give me like, if I was a younger kid, I was like, that would give me such anxiety.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like weird and dumb and be
like
free.
You can't, like, I think that's why see things that are like the Gen Z, like referencing like, this is a millennial, like at a party like 2000, this is how they like did it. Like, and it's like, look how free they are with their cringe. Like,
with their
cringe
insane.
Or something like that. And I'm like,
I'm like, that makes me so sad. But I think they're also trying to do stuff now that's like phone free or something.
Phone free.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you need phone.
You gotta have
You
phone.
can't have phone.
Yeah.
What is it?
Phone free, like events and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I just saw another video of a guy folding a fitted sheet in public to a crowd in Ireland, I think. And I was like, fuck yeah, like that's amazing. Okay, another thing I wrote down here, couldn't God just forgive the sins? Okay, so this had to do with like this guy talking about how he's like God fighting himself, and like I never like put it together, but I was like, so this whole thing with like Jesus, like, and I know like we've posted about this stuff before and everyone got really big mad about it. But like it doesn't really logically make sense. Like they're like, wow, like God gave up his only son. I'm like, couldn't he just like
get another
not
son?
have done that?
Oh yeah. I was like, get another son.
Yeah, he also could have just got another one. But they're like they're like, it's like a classic, like when a kid's playing a game and they're like, yeah, and now he's dead. And then they just like take him out and they're like, actually, Jesus isn't dead.
Yeah.
And he's came back and now he's even better or something. And you're like, wait a second.
Martyr.
Yeah, you couldn't you have just done, you're all powerful. Can't you just do it without all the
the suffering's
drama?
part of it. The suffering's part of it.
And then I couldn't for the life of me understand. I thought that he forgave like the original sin, and now I'm not sure what happened. Do you understand what sins are forgiven?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know either, and I was just
I
curious.
don't know
I was
what's
like,
happening.
oh, like, do you actually know? Yeah.
I thought about this the other day. I was like, and we could have already talked about this before, but the idea that I was like, it's really weird to tell, like, because in second grade you do the communion thing or Eucharist.
Right.
It's really weird and creepy and like really like, I don't know. I think like people that are into metal music or like really old. I guess metal music's not that old, but you get what I'm saying. Like those people are gothic and they're so extreme. And like Ozzy Osbourne died recently, so like the biting of the head of the bat or whatever is iconic for him. I'm like, you're telling kids at second grade like this is the body and the blood of this other
that's
human.
goth as hell.
I'm like, and then you got a guy biting a bat. I'm like, is that even that crazy? If there's Catholicism,
guys, is that even crazy? That's my thing about like people being like,
and then
I
you're
don't want
stringing
kids
a body up on like some wood, and then you're wearing it around. Like it's really creepy.
that, and also like internal damnation as a child. Wow, what a big.
Do you think that was
concept.
really brought up though in Catholicism? I don't feel like it was.
I feel like
it's on the.
It was
outskirts.
It was in the back of my mind because they're like, oh, if you don't go to heaven, it's like, where are you going?
But I don't know why. I don't feel like it was so directly taught. It's not like Catholics like are.
No, they don't.
They're not like fire and brimstone.
They
That's
don't
more
nail
like
it over your head as much.
Evangelicus.
Yeah, or Baptist or something. Yeah. They don't. Yeah, like, they kind of are like
the devil. Or
and
something.
If you don't go to heaven, you're gonna
like the devil. He's working to every day. Like
yeah,
we don't
really talk about the devil
we
that
didn't have
much.
that, and but it's always kind of there.
Yeah, it was always kind of there, which is almost even scarier.
Yeah, like
it's very off-putting. I know there's a comic
like if anything, like it almost seems like. Really, I think in Catholicism, God's the bad guy. Not so much like if you misbehave, God's gonna fuck you up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not so
but also
much.
God be misbehaving.
Yeah.
He'd be doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. So
he'd be like, "Oh my God, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm just gonna wash the board."
Yeah.
What? You can't do that.
Flooded the
I
town.
flooded the town,
Which
and they're
that
all
actually isn't
dead.
anything we learn about. That's really the old Bible. I don't
Yeah.
know how we learned this stuff. but
I
we
don't know
definitely
either. I don't know why they don't teach the old stuff too. I don't know.
do. I mean, because that's the one where he's angry, and the second
Yeah,
Bible
the
is
second
like,
one is like, God came back and he's
"Actually,
pretty
I'm
cool.
sorry, I like got mad at
So my
everybody."
dad's kind of crazy, and
Yeah,
we're
the
like,
first
listen,
first
Jesus,
bu-
you
the
know my
first
dad's
book-
kind of crazy
Yeah,
too.
the first book, the dad has a tantrum, meltdown, and then hurts everyone. In the second book, he's like, I guess like we could be friends. Like
We could be
Let's ignore
friends,
what happened.
guys.
Yeah,
But you're crazy. Whatever. I know somebody too said that they were talking about like the like communion.
he's like, what if instead of hurting you, what if I hurt like my own kid?
What am I? Okay, is that cool, guys? And
Like,
you guys just have to
before he
like,
was like,
and you guys can hit him too if you want.
almost kind of a sign for society. It's like as a society, we decide it's wrong to hurt other people. Mm-hmm. But it's okay to hurt
But it's
people in your
all
own
right.
family.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We're gonna look
That's the
away
second
for
book.
that. That'll be the second
People
book.
hate that. They go,
I want to get the third book.
third book,
Chaos.
chaos. Third book,
Third book, insane.
I'm not real. Bunny.
Yeah, but somebody I remember there's a comic that had a joke about how like they ask you like at a communion or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, do you reject Satan and all his works?" And like the comic's like, well, "I haven't read all his works.
Yeah.
What is his early stuff like?"
Yeah,
you know? And
that's
I was
funny.
like, "That's so great," because I'm like, that is such a weird thing to ask a kid because again, it's not really brought up in Catholicism.
Yeah,
you
you're
don't really
right,
hear
but
it.
that is something
But when
they
you
say.
get
They
when
do
you get
say.
up there, they ask you that, and you're like, "Ugh, I don't know.
I'm not really familiar with his work.
I don't know what's
Never
going
taught
on."
anything.
And you're like, "I guess I'm gonna reject it," but I'm like,
We should be able to get familiar with both, so we know what we're deciding on.
Agreed.
It's only
Yeah.
fair.
I only heard one
You
side
can't
of the
push
story,
you can't
guys.
you can't push propaganda on one side. and
That's
not the other.
true. That's true, Jasper. The last thing
I mean, that's exactly how propaganda works. Obviously, they're not gonna.
yeah, no, of course, yeah. Yeah, they shouldn't. I keep saying
Well, what
this.
if they did though? What if they equally propaganda on both sides, just
For the devil?
so you can choose? No, just in real life.
Oh, like the other side would be like, oh, none of this stuff is actually real.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
really push on it.
Really push on it, yeah.
Really push on the other one. What
Yep.
side would actually win?
The side with the best bumper stickers.
Yeah, that's true.
You get some good bumper stickers. You get some good bumpy stickies. This
Whichever has like the cooler costumes too. Like look.
honestly, Catholics have some great
Yeah, like you still get candles and
outfits.
stuff.
Yeah, scents and
Like what do you give me?
color coded.
Well, the other one gives you some sense of like maybe solace, I suppose.
yeah, but
You're
also a lot more like art, but also like
And you get to control the people.
yeah,
people
that's
love
pretty
that.
nice,
People love
guys.
volunteers
People
for
like
it.
that. A lot of organization. Also, a lot of rules. People like having.
Rules,
If I do
structure.
this, I do
Like,
this.
oh, the other one offers
this is
no
bad.
structure.
Yeah. And you don't have as much structure. This came up because this woman was talking about getting like I've never gotten Instacart or whatever, but they're talking about like men being Instacart shoppers, and I just think like I wanted to like just like ask you if you like if okay, I'm gonna tell you what they ordered, and then you try to guess what the Instacart shopper gave them.
Okay.
I ordered strawberries. It's the Instacart shopping guy.
Oh, so you messed it up.
Yeah, and what do you think he got?
Apples? I don't know. Like another fruit?
They were replaced with strawberry scented Play-Doh.
Wow.
Insane. My friend got her tampons substituted for broccoli.
That makes no sense.
I was like, I would lose it if somebody was like, I'm paying somebody to like go shop. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
I would assume that the Instacart brand like reimburses people or something, because that's like
I think
absurd. Or
one of the women said that she asked for diapers like for the kid or whatever, and they got her like male like adult diapers, and the Instacart wouldn't reimburse her. She's
Wow.
like, I can't take these back. Like I don't know what to do with this stuff. Somebody said that I once had a male shopper substitute whiteout for salmon. He gave me whiteout as a substitute for salmon.
that's crazy.
I was like, what?
That doesn't even make sense.
But then in all the conversations, like people were like, I think it's like these guys like don't actually like want to do the work, like
Yeah.
or whatever, which is fine. Like I mean, it's not fun work, but it's just like absolutely wild. Like, I just thought that was crazy. But I've never actually gotten that many shoppers. I feel like when we've gotten people from like Whole Foods or something, everything's been fine.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that we use it though.
Yeah, we don't really use it, but they're usually able to find everything. I just thought that was crazy. I was like, wow.
I thought you could like cancel it, so it's like, oh, can't find this. This is the substitution. I thought it messages you. Or
Yeah,
something.
there's somewhere like you can put us up, like do substitute, and then
be
some's like,
cancel.
well, don't substitute. Yeah. She said one of the male dasher replaced 6 limes with 6 large 32 ounce bottles of lime juice.
Wow.
And I was like, that's wild. Like, I just thought it was crazy. I was like reading these, and I'm like, what?
Something's not. This is, and they don't need AI.
They don't need AI. I'm like, maybe AI should be doing this.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, get the robots to do the dumb stuff.
Yep.
What do you think, Jasper?
Okay. Jasper has a lot of opinions.
Jasper says no more vaccines.
That's his only opinion.
Well, I don't have anything else to say.
That's it.
I think that's it. That's
Yep.
all we're going to talk about. Oh, the dogs are sleeping.
All
Okay.
the pups are sleeping.
Bye. Thank you for listening to our nonsense. If you like it, follow Checker Podski on all platforms. And if you want to support my stand-up, follow me at Caitlin Check. If you want us to talk about something or need to air out your grievances or family secrets, feel free to comment or email us at checkerpodski@gmail.com. Shout out to our producers and to Alex Oliver for our Checker Podski jingle.